Go. I had to hit it twice. So nice, I had to hit it twice. Hey, what's up? Good morning. We're going to talk about Christmas today. That's right. You got to do it. You know it's already here. We're going to talk about Christmas today. We're also going to talk about going all in and what that really looks like when you go all in on one thing. On one thing. How niche can ultimately make you rich. All right, we're also going to get a visit. I believe Jocko Willink is going to be here today. He's going to be jumping in, and I've got a pretty incredible story about something that happened yesterday with my team that was actually really mind-blowing, really profound, really impactful, and it ultimately is going to affect you. So I'm going to share all of that and more on today's episode of GM3X. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you're ready to rise and grind. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations, because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, December 2nd, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, December 2nd, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. I already see some amazing faces here this morning. What's up, Jacqueline? How are you? Christina Howard, thanks for being here with us. Russell Hill is in the building. Angela Mall, good morning. John Paul Guidry. What's up, Mike Romano? How you doing? Renee Hayes, I'm glad you're here as well. Vicky Everett and the Twang Sisters in the building. All right, so check it out. You have 23 days. That's right. You have 23 days until Christmas morning. 23 days till Christmas is here and upon us, which is just absolute insanity. Now, all of my friends that are in the car business, what that means is you have 22 days before you have to do any shopping. Right? No, don't do that. Don't wait till the last minute. I don't know why we do that. I know when I was in the retail side of automotive, I would always be getting things at the very last second. I'd be running around Walmart on the 24th before they close trying to get some gifts. We're not going to do that this year, though, right? This year, we're going to be prepped. We're going to do some awesome gifting. We're going to celebrate with the family. We're going to do all of those things. So I'm just letting you know right now, you are 23 days away from this holiday called Christmas. Now, this holiday called Christmas, as you know, is a celebration of the birth of a man named Jesus. That's what it's all about. It's what it's always been, right? The celebration of the birth of a man named Jesus. And Jesus, if you don't know who he was or is, ultimately, Jesus is a dude who went all in, transferring his belief and his message to billions of people around the world and across generations. In just 33 years of existence, and really just 3 years of intentional, focused action, he was able to spread his message, his word, and make a global impact across thousands of years. You see, back in those days, Jesus traveled to 22 different cities. In the short amount of time that he was here on this planet, he traveled to 22 different cities. As you can see here on the full production, if you're watching, And what's crazy is not only did he travel to 22 cities convicted with his belief, sharing a message, not only did he travel to 22 different cities, but he walked to all of these cities. He walked. They said basically, other than a boat and one time where he rode on a donkey, the dude would walk. And they described it as almost like a meander. It was a slow walk. He wasn't speed walking. He wasn't in a hurry to get to the destination. And probably part of the reason he wasn't in a hurry to get to the destination is because though he believed in his message and he was intentional and focused on what he needed to deliver, he also had to face challenges beyond anything you and I could ever possibly imagine. I mean, when you look up the list of challenges that Jesus faced on this 3-year journey to deliver this message, I mean, he was accused of being the prince of demons. Dude was tempted by the devil, arrested and tried unfairly, betrayed by the people he loved most, forced to carry the very same cross that they ultimately crucified him on, sentenced to death even though he was innocent, death threats around every corner, rejected by his own people, accused of being a friend of tax collectors and sinners, accused of breaking the laws of Moses, the trusted laws at the time, deserted by his disciples after his arrest. He was whipped. He was beaten. Ultimately, he was hung and killed. He lost his life for what he believed in. 3,125 miles. That's how far they say he walked. 3,125 miles. How many steps is 3,125 miles? How many steps did you have on your little Fitbit there if you walked 3,125 miles? I know some of you and sometimes me, we don't even want to walk downstairs. Like, I don't want to walk all the way down there to grab that thing. Maybe I'll just find something up here, right? I don't want to be inconvenienced walking downstairs sometimes. 3,125 miles on foot to deliver one message with intention and focus. One dude, one focus, sheer will and determination impacted billions for thousands of years. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And what we're going to do today is we're going to break that down to see how you can apply that in your life. I know you have a desire to make an impact as well. So we're going to break down exactly what that looks like, how he was able to do that. We're going to break all that down on today's episode. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do. Let's see. Am I feeling that this morning? I don't know. It's got a long intro. Is it going to hit right, though? Let's see. I feel you, Wes. We're definitely not doing a 3,125 mile challenge. Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, we have a little different technology today than he did back then. I like that, though. I like that. Listen, for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're on Clubhouse, bottom of the screen, go ahead and hit that little share button. Go ahead and type in or click share on Clubhouse. type in a compelling title and share this out. What's up, Brian Hoskins? Great to see you, sir. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you know what to do. Make sure you share this out. I greatly appreciate it. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching on replay, say what's up and I'll say what's up back. What's up, Kim Fair? Great to see you. How you doing, Randy Wagner? Glad you're in the building this morning. David, my guy across the pond, man, I appreciate you kicking us off today, and I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. Lolita Walker is in the building. Ella, good morning. How you doing, Renee? I see you, BJ. I am so glad you're here with us today. My guy Peter's in the building as well. Tom Popelka, what's up? And Mac, I'm glad you're here. Ryan Gallagher, great to see you. Stephanie Toadvine, I was wondering where you were. I thought you were mad at me. I'm like, her and my wife are getting along great, but she must be mad at me. So I'm glad you're back. It's also great to see you, Josh. Oh, appreciate you being here with us, sir. Melvin Rodriguez is in the building. Good morning, Melvin. What's up, Julio Soto and Rick Tamburino? Dr. Jeannie, good morning. It's great to see you. Carmel, great to see you as well. What's up, sir? Sir's in the building. Valerie Oakley, I'm glad you're here. Chantis Harrigan, thanks for joining me this morning. Williams in the building. Melvin and Mindy and Liddy. Russell's up in here. What about you, Jay Mahone? How are you doing, sir? I'm glad you're here as well. Mighty Mel in the building. Fiona, what up, what up, what up, what up? I see Sue and Lauren and Malcolm's up in here. What's up, Tarika Simmons? Taylor Smith in the building. Rodney Rock Hatfield is up in here as well. Leslie's always mad at you. I feel you, John Paul Guidry. It's just kind of how it goes down. Sanjay Gupta is in the building. Great to see you, Sanjay. That's what I'm talking about. Lula's up in here. Anton and Alan and Ricardo. Man, I love it. I love spending time with you in the morning. Thank you so much for joining me right here on GM3X. We're here Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m., bringing you motivation, education, and inspiration, and some awesome celebrity interviews, which, by the way, we got an incredible lineup of celebrity interviews that are going to be coming in starting in January of 2023. Like, ridiculous. Part of me, I don't want to say I can't believe it, because I do believe it, but it's just, I'm blessed. We're going to meet some incredible people right here on the show. It's going to be super, super fun. All right. So, hey, check it out. If you are in the automotive industry, I am from the auto industry and currently am working with 160 rooftops nationwide to help them scale their dealerships, even in uncertain times. So if you're in the automotive industry, I'd love to work with you as well. Or if you know someone, I see you, Emily. If you know someone that owns a dealership or operates a dealership, let me know. We got this thing called the 800% Club. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Uh-oh.
We're meant to be around these folks. We're all on a mission to change the perspective of car buying.
Glenn always has that next move before any other dealers even thought about it.
Love, every moment with being with the group, the friends that you meet, the ideas that you have, or that knowing that there's like-minded individuals who want to help others around them be successful.
When you invest in your people, your business will grow tenfold.
If you concentrate solely on your career, you can get a long way in your career. And I would say that that's a strategy that a minority of men preferentially do. That's all they do. They work like 70, 80 hours a week. They go flat out on their career. They're staking everything on the small probability of exceptional status in a narrow domain. but it's hard on them. They don't have a life. It's very difficult for them to have a family. They don't know how to take any leisure activity, like they get very one-dimensional. Now, it may be that unidimensionality is the price you have to pay to be exceptional at one thing, right? Because if you're going to be something like a genius level mathematician, and you want to do that or a scientist, say, it's like you're in your lab all the time, you're working 70 hours a week or 80 hours a week, you're smart, you're dedicated, you're unidimensional, and that's how you get to beat all the other people who are doing that. It's the only way. But the problem is you don't get a life. Now, if you love being a scientist and you have that kind of focus of mind, well, first of all, you're a rare person, and second, you're going to pay for it. But fine, more power to you. But it's a risky business to do that. You sacrifice a lot for it.
Are we just the little fishes? Abandoning ourselves to the waves to sing and dance and play? Is that what we're doing? And I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't sing and dance and play. Enjoy life, of course, and relish the joy of life. But I think you have to make sure you don't dance your life away. Never stray from the way. And I think that's what this is about. All the fun and the singing and the dancing and all the play, it's okay. But all those things can be distractions. Because there is a path. There is a way. And you know what that way is. You know what you should be doing. And it's hard to stay on that path because it is the path of discipline and discomfort. But it is the right path. And you know that. And it is that path that will ultimately lead you to where you really want to be. It's time to stay.
It is a path of discipline and discomfort. A linear path, right? A linear path. Like, this is the one thing that we're gonna do, and we're gonna repeat. We're gonna go all in on this until ultimately we break through and reach those results that are dreams, that are visions, that our spirit has told us exist for us. This was the path of this dude named Jesus, right? He was like, I got this in my heart. This is what I got to do. It's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. But I'm going to be disciplined. Right? And when you read the stories, when you read how people speak of him, you'll capture that discipline all the time because he was always tested, right? People would always test his faith. They would test his beliefs. They would test and try to trip him up to get him to say or do things that would be outside of alignment with the one thing that he was trying to share with the world. And so, see, I look at this. I like to study. I like to I don't know where that extra came from. I like to study successful humans. And if we're going to study success and we're going to study successful people, then we should probably study one of the most successful, well, clearly the most successful of all time, right? So what is it? What did he have? What did Jesus have that we can duplicate, that we can take away from, that we can learn, that we can apply in our lives? Well, the first thing that I'll share with you is Jesus had core values. He had very clear core values. Like, Jesus knew exactly what he stood for. He was unwavering. It was a relentless, persistent pursuit. He knew exactly what that was, right? And so let me ask you this morning, what are your core values? What are your core values when it comes to your family? What are your core values when it comes to you as an individual? What are your core values when it comes to your company or your business? What are your core values? If you haven't taken the time to really define those, or really dig into what that looks like, I suggest that you do so before 2023 rolls around, and then 2024 and 2025, and you're taking on this project and that project, and you're running this way and that way, and that looks like a good idea, and let's try this good idea over here. And before you get there, you've got to get clear. You need a filter to filter life through. We are in a environment and a world of distraction that is designed, specifically designed, to keep you from reaching the high levels of existence that you know, that you feel exist inside you. Did you know that? The entire system is designed to shrink you, to make you smaller than what you are, to take away the reality, which is that you are magnificent, to take that existence away from you. It's to shrink you, to follow, to commoditize you, to ultimately turn you into, like in the movie The Matrix, but not with plugs, but to ultimately turn you into the battery that operates the bigger machine. They want you to chill out and just watch Netflix for 6 hours. They want you to flip through TikTok for 93 minutes. They want to give you a little government assistance here and there so that you feel nice and comfy, cozy, so that you don't go do the things that you ultimately need to do to reach the levels you ultimately need to reach. Because if you were to accidentally do those things, you might accidentally change the world. And they like the way the world is, because right now the world works where you've got 2% elitist and 98% fueling it. So I suggest we turn off the Netflix at some point. We take the TV out the living room like this guy did a few months ago. And we get real clear on what these core values are so we can start to make decisions. So we can use those as a filter as we continue to deliver our voice and our message out into the universe. Let me give you an example. When it comes to my organization and the way that we operate, we have 4 core values. Our 4 core values are that we rise with intention and purpose every single day. This is why I have a Morning 5 planner, which many of you have as well. And for those of you that are curious, those are in. I am in the process of signing them, the ones that are supposed to be signed, and those will be going out early next week. But we rise every single day with intention and purpose. Whether that be as an organization, as our business, with my home, we rise every day with intention and purpose. It's not willy-nilly. It's not whatever. There's a system. There's a process. We rise every day with intention and purpose. We evolve. First core values, rise. Second core values, evolve. Constantly evolving into the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. As a family dynamic, we evolve. As a leader, I evolve. I read, and I read a lot of books, right? I read and I listen and I challenge my own thoughts and my own thinking. Evolution is part of the process. My company will never, ever, 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 ever be one of those blockbusters. We will never be a blockbuster. Guaranteed. If anything, we'll fail by changing things too much before I'll ever fail by refusing to evolve. So rise, evolve, impact. Our third core value is impact. That everything that we do, every decision we make, every project we take on makes a positive impact in other people's lives. Net positive matters to me. And we're really focusing on a 3-generation impact. That's really the goal. How can we make an impact on not just this generation, but the next and the generation after that? But impact is a core value. Every decision we make has to make a positive impact in other people's lives. And our 4th core value is together. We bring people together. People of different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different belief systems, different ages, different locations, all of that. Different political views, different, all the things. It's our job as an organization. It's my job as a person. It's my family's job that we do things together. My kids are always constantly trying to create silos, right? Oh, well, we're going to exclude this brother. We're going to exclude that sister. We're going to go over here. That doesn't work in my house. We rise, evolve, impact together. So those are our 4 core values. What are yours? And see, we use this as a filter to determine whether or not we're going to participate in an idea or in a process or in a project. Somebody brings something to the table. I'm like, okay, well, does it allow us to help people rise with intention and purpose? Does it evolve us as a company or help to others evolve as well? Is it making a positive impact in their lives and ours and in the future? And can we do it together? If the answer is yes to all 4, then let's roll. If the answer is no to any of the 4, then the answer is simply no. Now, there's another filter system that we use as well. We talked about this here a few weeks ago, and this filter system is from the book Good to Great. And this book talks about the hedgehog effect. The hedgehog effect is finding that one thing that you are deeply passionate about, that you can be the best in the world at, that drives your economic engine. Now, we take this very seriously. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, I was having my meeting with my team. I've got an incredible team of people. Just yesterday, I was meeting with my team, and Casey Davis, who's a newer member of the team, she's an OG, but from back when I worked with a different organization, but she's been with us now for the last 4 or 5 months, and we've been selling the Morning 5 planners. And Casey came to me and she said, Glenn, I'm not sure this fits. And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean you're not sure this fits? And she said, do you believe we could be best in the world at selling planners? I said, there's a lot of planners out there. There's a lot of people that sell planners. Can we be best in the world at selling planners? Probably not. She was like, well, what are we best in the world at? I'm like, well, we're best in the world at bringing people together, equipping them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspiring them to be the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And she said, and are you guys best? Can we be best in the world in the auto space? I'm like, yeah, we could definitely be the best in the world in the auto space. I mean, look at this team. We all come from an incredible background. We've done more in the auto space than most dealerships. We've seen more. We've experienced more. The 800% Club, I believe 800% Club can be best in the world. Bringing people together, equipping them with the tools they need to be successful, and inspiring them to be the best version of themselves they can possibly be. She said, then why aren't we just doing more of that? She said, why is this a Morning 5 planner? Why isn't this an 800% Club planner? She said, your 800%, Glenn, she said, your 800% is a lifestyle. It's not a brand. You realize that, right? She's like, 800% is not just automotive. Yes, you are best in the world in the automotive space. But it's really this 800% lifestyle. It's a lifestyle brand. She's like, that's got to be an 800% Club planner. She said, your show, GM3X. Why is it called GM3X? I said, Good Morning times 3. That's why. She said, does that really align with what you're most passionate about, best in the world at, and makes the most economic sense? She said, why is that not the 800% Club, morning show? I said, well, it started off as hashtag Rise and Grind, and we launched the Morning 5, and we have Breakfast with Champions, and we have GM3X. And she's like, bro, you need to get focused. You got to get clear. It's confusing. She said it's really confusing. Now, what we do is we help people rise with intention and purpose, evolve into the best versions of themselves they can possibly be, and make a positive impact in their lives. And we do it together. Like, we're not missing that point. The core values have always been in line. But our focus and intentionality is a little bit all over the place. And then she said something awesome. She said, Glenn, I watched a reel of yours, right? She watched one of my reels. And she said, in that reel, you said that sometimes the things that we do ultimately not end up being the things, but they are the things that lead you to the things. She said, rise and grind, morning 5, breakfast with champions, all of these things. She's like, all the things that you've been doing is you've spent the last 4 years trying to get really, really, really clear on what your niche is. She's like, they all led to this 800% lifestyle. But 800% is the one thing. She said, that's why you've got it tattooed on your arm. And she's right. And so yesterday at 10:30 a.m., my team actually sent me the death certificate. Yesterday at 10:30 a.m., we're like, okay, we're laying to rest the confusing pieces of our brand and getting very, very, very niche. And we're bringing in people outside of automotive as well as the people inside of automotive into our 800% club lifestyle. So that's super exciting and something that'll be rolling out in the next year that I wanted to share with you because it's a perfect example. You want to see the ink? There it is right there. It's a perfect example of how we can get a little distracted and we can get a little scatterbrained. But when we surround ourselves with the right people and we continue to keep our core values intact, it gets clear. It gets more and more clear. Jesus knew this. So he took his core values. He journeyed on the path. He surrounded himself with the right people. And he was able to make a massive impact on this planet. I believe you and I can do the same. Now, I had some other pieces to go with this, but we're already at 6:03. So I'm just going to leave it there. I think that that's enough to think about. I think that's enough for you and I to chew on. So what we'll do is, if you're watching live, we'll cruise over to Clubhouse and we'll talk about this a little bit more in depth, right? I can get some feedback from you and we can have some more conversations. If you're watching this on replay, we are over on Clubhouse until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern time, bringing you motivation, education, inspiration. So you can check us out over there. If it's after 1, you'll have to come back Monday morning because we're headed into the weekend. Actually, no, you can go to Clubhouse tomorrow for the Saturday morning sales meeting. But I'll be back Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. and we'll do this all over again right here on GM3X. Does that sound fair? Thank you so much for going through these seasons with me as I continue to evolve. My hope is that it inspires you to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, because I truly believe that you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything, and that God made you and I to be the best. Not an average version, not a below average version, but to be the absolute best version that we can possibly be. And as your friend, it is important to me that you know that I love you. I truly, truly, truly do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. And so it is out of love that I tell you to get your rear end in motion and get out there and make an impact. Love you guys. See ya.
100 gram. family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me, and when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a scene, still a seat, filler, blow up the numbers, and I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul, oh so great. Stay paid by the boatload, don't go chasing a wave from a rowboat. Blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna plot my drop, they been huddling. Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up
Yo,
like violet.
I know a lot of people praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I'll be down for is being top 5, but like down 4. I'm down to earth like the ground floor, but I've been flying so long, I tend to ask people, what's the ground for? Man, I'm only headed up, see my flow volcanic, it's the fire I erupt. Heard the fans getting rowdy cause they haven't had enough. You know I'm running the city, you just running out of luck. Yeah, I say that with my chest, I flow hard, it's no wonder they easily impressed. I'm so far, but I'm always coming back with something fresh, I never rest. Swear you'll never catch this ego in a nest. I invest my time in a booth, I find a piece. I use to piece the boom in my mind. My ex knows this, let me expose this. She left cause she don't wanna be with an explosive. Man, I'm just
feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet.